Hey, what's up guys? Everything Apple Pro here. Some crazy times we're living in. Apple Glass, the entire project leaked by Jon Prosser. I'm sure Apple's not too happy about that. It was supposed to be their one more thing at the iPhone 12 event this year. Now I've got some follow-up details, exclusive little tidbits with Max Weinbach, and I do have a lot of iPhone 12 stuff as well, but that's gonna have to wait until the next video. Just too much going on over here. For one, our cases are launching in a week. A little disclaimer about that, we're shipping frosted first. We're having logistics issues. Rebel and Crystal will follow the week after. I do apologize guys, but I do have a team working 24/7. We'll be shipping these as they come in. Also would like to announce we just enabled worldwide shipping via DHL or USPS International. And also iOS 13.5 has released, most notable features being the contact tracing API and easier use with a mask on, so it'll present you your lock screen faster. And a jailbreak is coming out conveniently tomorrow. You can follow the release countdown on uncover.dev. What a project. I cannot tell you how much testing went into it. I think this will be the biggest jailbreak release ever. Also, iOS 12.4.7 was released for older devices, the iPhone 6 and 5S, security updates. It's truly amazing that the iPhone 5S has had almost 7 years of uninterrupted software updates. Okay, so Apple Glass. In Jon Prosser's latest exclusives video, he gives us the breakdown on this device that Apple has been working on for quite some time. It's been shrouded in mystery, and now he tells us it'll be called Apple Glass. Not very original after Google Glass and whatnot, but it's simple, it's clean. Now I'll be pulling some info from the GadgetCast interview Prosser gave, where he gave more details on the design of this device, which we based our concepts off of. He says that they'll look like traditional glasses. They won't look like anything crazy, no cyborg attachment to your face. Although they are futuristic, it's always better for a new product, new concept to have a friendly design. That way it'll be welcomed by the masses more readily. If it had a more hostile design, you can see how that would be a problem. Specifically, he said they'll be sleek as hell. And the material that he saw them in was a white plastic or a black plastic, but plastic. He says that it'll likely be finished, of course, in a more premium metal at launch. Now, Apple isn't targeting professionals with these glasses. They're targeting the masses, hence the friendly design. They don't want it to look like anything crazy. Although if Apple sees enough potential, they'll be targeting a more professional-focused demographic. Now, he says the price will be $499, and there will be a prescription version. That price will be separate. Now, a little refresher here. We've learned a lot of details about the Apple Glass project indirectly from 9to5Mac, and essentially, Apple Glass will not be doing the processing on your face. It'll be offloading all of that to the iPhone, and Prosser does confirm this, saying it'll be much like the Apple Watch Series 0, which relied more on the iPhone, and then as time goes on with newer generations, Apple will remove that reliance slowly. And this is, of course, where that 802.11ay Wi-Fi standard comes in. It's a short-range Wi-Fi standard, which is perfect for the Apple glasses, meaning that the iPhone 12 lineup will specifically support Apple Glass. Likely older phones will have neutered capability, if any support at all. Now, Prosser mentions he saw a prototype in a white and black finish. Weinbach mentions that Apple will release these in a light aluminum finish at launch. Now, as for announcement date, Prosser mentions that Apple wanted to announce these at the iPhone 12 event this year in October-ish, as a one more thing closer. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. It's a bit optimistic. In turn, he says we're likely to see an announcement in March or June of 2021 with an actual release date in Q4 of 2021 or Q1 of 2022. Much sooner than I thought. We previously heard estimates of 2022, 2023, so about a year in advance of what we earlier heard. Now, Prosser speculates that if things were to get better by the time the iPhone 12 is announced in October and press is allowed at this event, it's very possible that Apple could choose to reveal these just a bit earlier and leave us waiting, much like they did with AirPods, AirPower, and other products, and then use the subsequent time to perfect the product. And Prosser mentioned that the design may change by launch. Apple may want to spiff it up a bit, make it a little bit more fancy, but essentially the design is supposed to look like a normal pair of glasses. They don't necessarily want it to stand out. Another way that they're going to make it more friendly is by not having a camera. It'll have a LiDAR sensor instead on the right temple. And switching to a Max Weinbach exclusive, he mentions that Apple was testing a version with dual cameras in Apple Glass. They decided not to go that route based on the failure of Snapchat Spectacles, In a way, it feels sort of hostile, just a camera pointed at everyone at any time, not very friendly. At least for the first gen product, it looks like Apple is sticking to LiDAR. And again, this may change. It would make things so much easier for Apple AR-wise to have a camera on this product, and who knows, we may yet see one, but Apple's intentions right now are to keep a LiDAR sensor only. And Prosser mentions that the way you'll charge them is by docking the glasses upside down. I'm really not sure what that meant on the provided plastic stand, but it looks like it will have a wireless charging feature. Also, Max Weinbach does confirm this, saying it'll use a wireless charging case. Unclear if it would be provided with Apple Glass or sold separately, but there will be a wireless case. Prosser also confirms that there will be a display in both lenses. It will not use this freaky looking projector technology from Google Glass. These will actually be baked into the lenses. And Prosser specifically emphasizes that you'll have to be wearing the glasses and looking through them from the back end in order to actually see the content, what's going on that display. So it's unclear what method Apple will be using for displaying information, but it won't be some crazy cyborg looking design. And Prosser mentions that Starboard is the official name for the app layout on the internal design. It's Springboard for iPhone, so quite similar. Star sounds more like it'd be for an AR product. And Prosser mentions that if everything checks out legally, he might be able to share Starboard UI with us, as well as the actual design for Apple Glass. Cannot wait. But if it really does look just like a regular pair of glasses, then there won't be anything too crazy to anticipate. It'll be all in the user interface. And Prosser confirms that these glasses will use QR codes to display different things to the user. And this actually goes hand in hand with the recent Gobi app that we saw, which is a QR-based app for iOS 14. It gave us an example of several QR codes. Possibly some of these could be integrated in Starboard UI or just in general to be used with Apple Glass. And Prosser confirms we will not be seeing a tinted version, so no sunglass version yet. He speculates that could be a thing for Gen 2, maybe later on, but no concrete evidence. Apparently, it's quite hard to display that content on a tinted version of the lenses. And Prosser mentions that the LiDAR data from the 2020 iPad Pro and from this year's iPhone 12 Pro lineup will be going straight, if you do enable the analytics for it, straight to the development and refinement of Apple Glass. And Twitter leaker Fudge has shared a leak on Apple Glass saying it'll feature a proximity-style connecting prompt similar to that of Apple AirPods. It's little details like that that make an Apple product great. In a separate report to Apple Insider, Prosser gave details saying that Apple could be working on a Steve Jobs tribute version of Apple Glass, potentially the Heritage Edition. He doesn't know which materials it'd be made out of, but it could be what the Apple Watch Edition was to the Apple Watch, just a super premium material version of Apple Glass. Mark Gurman immediately shot this down, saying it was complete fiction though. Now in a separate report by Ming-Chi Kuo, he's confident that Apple glasses will arrive no sooner than 2022. This is by analyzing Apple's supply chain and actually considering whether or not Apple is capable of making these at this time, and he says no. Ming-Chi Kuo also confirms Apple is working on a new 10.8-inch, likely budget-end iPad model, alongside a 9-inch iPad mini refresh, which would likely be all-screen, potentially with a notch. In a supporting report by Digitimes, they claim that Apple is indeed aiming for a 2021 launch for Apple Glass. This does corroborate Prosser's report, which mentions that Apple will be launching them end of 2021 or early 2022. And some exclusives from Max Weinbach regarding Apple Glass. Originally, they wanted to place a U1 or H1 chip in the Apple Glass stem. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it happen due to bulkiness, hence why they're offloading all the power to the iPhone side. Weinbach says there will be no audio output on Apple Glass, so you'll need AirPods. AirPods will likely be an important part of the experience. And Apple originally tested a display that would laser content into your eyes. Understandably, that was scrapped in favor of projecting it into the actual glass. And Weinbach's source did confirm that prescriptions will be targeted with Apple Glass. And Apple's over-ear headphones have reportedly begun production to be produced in Vietnam, and likely we'll still see an announcement at WWDC. And WWDC is happening exactly 1 month from today. I am so excited to see what's new in iOS 14. And all the signs are pointing to an immediate refresh of HomePod, likely something we could see at WWDC, as rumored a smaller, cheaper version. And last one from Max Weinbach, macOS Redwood, the previously rumored name, not happening. That one has been singled out. Now, I think one of the most surprising things about Apple Glass is just how suddenly it's happening. Apple's been working on it for quite some time, we know that. But the fact that it's about to be on your face within a year and a half is the most surprising part. I think the technology will take quite some time to develop, much like the Apple Watch, but in Series 5, the Apple Watch, I think, became its perfect form, and Series 6 will only improve upon that. So we'll start rough, and like reported, many of the processes will be offloaded, in fact, everything to the iPhone at first, and as the iPhone gets faster, so will the glasses, and the capability will expand. I am so excited, so ready for this future. I want it. I think it's great that Apple's making these accessible too at $499, quite affordable for a first generation product, and I do believe they will be getting more expensive as time goes on and as more R&D is put into these. But the concept seems amazing, and we're about to have our minds blown at the end of this year if Apple chooses to share them with us, which I hope they do, but in any case, happening 2021. All right, guys, thanks for watching. There's a lot of iPhone 12 stuff I didn't get a chance to push out. I've been working on this jailbreak testing for so long. I hope you guys enjoy it. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day. Peace.